Hello, welcome to the 17th episode of Supply Chain India. Theft on highways is a big challenge across the globe. In transit, hijacking or looting of goods while on the move is a recurring phenomenon. Like everything else, this activity is also monitored and measured. After all, numbers says a lot. Here Vidya Prakash from Singapore is reporting based on a research report.
If you think that the pandemic has led to a drop in cargo theft, think again. It has not. Of course, there was less movement on the road. Passengers stayed away, not cargo. Can't afford to. Hence, the saga of cargo theft remained active. According to TT Club, one of the leading international transport and logistic insurers, cargo theft in transit dropped to 71% from 87% the previous year. Losses from warehouses and other storage facilities rose to 25%. New high-value targets created, such as PPE, face masks, and antibacterial gel, drew more threat from the criminals. As the vaccine supply chain gathers momentum, it will be under major threat, it is believed. The food and beverage sector remains the largest target at 31%. According to TT Club's Managing Director, Loss Prevention, Mike Yarwood, the effects throughout 2020 of the COVID crisis threatened supply chain security, continuity, and resilience. Not only did newly created high-value commodities such as PPE become targets for theft, but bottlenecks in the logistic infrastructure at ports and warehouses brought increased potential risks. Temporary overflow storage facilities added to the dangers in loosening the grip of existing security systems. In Europe, the stockpiling of goods meant these inventories came under particular threat, with 48% of 2020 reported thefts coming from warehouses and production facilities as against 18% in 2019. In Asia, the countries with the highest risk remain India, Indonesia, China, and Bangladesh. The proportion of storage-based risk remains around 50% in Asia as a whole, but in Southeast Asia, the in-transit risk indicates the prevalence of bribery and corruption, with a high percentage of thefts being facilitated by employees and customs or other officials. North America continues to see theft coming almost exclusively in transit via hijackings or directly from a parked vehicle. The risk of social unrest, particularly in Mexico, arguably impacted the risk of cargo loss through most of last year. Significant disruption to the Mexican rail freight industry, with protesters setting up blockades on the track trains, created a backup of cargo across the country. This disruption led to estimated losses of close to US $4.4 billion. In South America, Brazil was a hotspot last year. A key driver of high rates of cargo thefts here remains the presence of major illegal drug smuggling gangs that need to fund their trafficking efforts. Again, the dominant risks were from hijacking and theft from or of vehicles. These theft types accounted for 78% of the total losses reported. The extreme rate of cargo theft, however, did drop for the first time in several years as continued efforts by police and industry contributed to a slight decline in incidents in 2020. Risk is inevitable. Mitigating them assumes high importance. COVID or no COVID, cargo safety will continue to be under the radar of criminals across the world.
Is there a remedy to tackle highway crime? Ravi Natarajan from Chennai, a specialist on vehicle navigation, confirms such a possibility.
I just want to know how exactly this navigation or like a GPS kind of a thing can be a good deterrent to reduce the cargo theft. Is there any link between these two?
There are a lot of real life incidents that have happened. So some years ago, a Maruti car carrying truck traveling in Northeast was hijacked. And the driver was actually tied to a tree and they could not. The driver could not communicate because his mobile phone was snatched.
Uh-huh.
So, because it didn't reach the destination on time, the owner got doubtful, and he requested the GPS company to give him the details of the last location. So the last location, known location, was given to the owner, and he passed it on to the police. So the police went there and then searched within some 10 kilometers radius. They located the truck.
Okay.
So the cars have all been downloaded because they beat the driver and then took away the keys. So, but the driver was rescued, and then the driver gave identification of these people, where they came from, and within 24 hours the people were arrested.
Okay.
So it was the quickness of the whole thing that happened. That is first thing. Second thing, recently there was a mobile phone carrying truck from the Chennai factory, Flextronics factory, which was traveling, and again this was interrupted by some highway robbery people. And so when this was also tracked by the police using the GPS tracking, which was parallelly happening. They had cut off the GPS power supply from the vehicle, but the GPS had the internal battery which kept giving the location.
Okay.
So that was also done. This was the second incident recently that has happened.
Okay.
And in addition to that, all oil companies are regularly monitoring, route deviation, which is the major cause for oil pilferage.
Okay.
And that is being prevented. That has been prevented in a big way by all the three oil companies by monitoring the routes. And then quickly, because the system automatically generates any kind of assigned route deviation, and immediately they send the field officers to go and check what is going on. So this way, just the fear that they are being monitored and then some action is being taken in real time itself has brought down the incidences of this kind of oil pilferage and adulteration.
Okay.
That was Ravi Natarajan, former Tremble honcho. He was a seller of solution. Let us take a short break. When we return on the other side, the highway looting narration will continue. Stay tuned.
We are happy to introduce to our customers Tata DLT Gajraj with upgraded technology and design. The conventional axle arrangement in the 4x2 prime mover has been redesigned to enable an increase in the payload up to 6.5 to 9 tons. This increase is within the permissible limits of CMVR. Different configurations are available with the upgraded design. All the designs are ARAI approved, making them more authentic and trustworthy. The Gajraj range of trailers has successfully passed the ARAI track trail test as per AIS 113 at WAPCO Chennai with the ARAI certified Tata DLT axle and Tata DLT 13-ton air suspension kit. Weight distribution along the axles is managed so as to ensure effective carriage. Hence, the customer gets about the same load in a 4x2 prime mover that was possible with a 6x4 prime mover, making it cost-effective and curbing the need to invest in a higher-end prime mover. Our Gajraj range offers 3 types of configurations, that is, in 52-ton, 54-ton and 55-ton. This redesigning is sure to reduce the operating cost and increase your profitability. Choose your variant and prosper with Gajraj.
Welcome back. How do fleet owners who suffer due to highway thefts react? YP Jain, a veteran transporter and the founder of 2 leading transport lobbies in India, shares his views without mincing words.
Hijacking of the goods while in transit.
Yeah.
That is emerging as a major problem. So
Yeah.
I know how to sort it out. Okay, what is the chances of a highway patrol, and how to go about it? Just a quick your response.
Yeah. It's highway patrolling only which can help it out. Otherwise, there is a sort of robbery, happening on the highways.
Uh-huh.
Hijacking is a sort of robbery only.
That is true. That is true.
And if there is a strict vigil and patrolling, maybe it can be curbed.
Can every single kilometer on the highway can be monitored petrol? Is it possible, humanly possible? Because there is always a HR challenge. Are there adequate number of policemen in the country to really monitor the highway movement?
No, there are not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there are not.
Oh.
And as a matter of fact, I don't know whether you want to quote me or not.
I am quoting you.
You are quoting me, okay. Even these police patrolling and all that, no, they sometimes collude with these unlawful people, antisocial people, and with their knowledge also it is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, as in other things, same is true about the highways as well.
Okay. I mean, basically, you are trying to say that even the drivers, in collusion with illegal elements, also try to do something of that nature.
Even drivers collude, or even the highway robbers. They collude with the police people who are patrolling.
Okay. So all I mean, there are all plenty of opportunities or chances.
Absolutely, and because they gain a big booty out of this, because the things are so expensive in the vehicle. If they divide among themselves, the driver, the police patrol, the robber, even then they are big gainers.
Okay. I mean, what about the role of associations in really, trying to sort out or bringing this issue to the, authorities concerned?
You see, as I have been writing also in the group, the association, unfortunately, our association, you can even quote me also, they are not really effective.
Viewers, Rabindra Satpathy, the current Vice President of All India Motor Transport Congress from the eastern state of Orissa, is of the opinion that highway patrolling can effectively eliminate this malady. Unfortunately, there is a human resource challenge to begin with. States do not have adequate police force to patrol the highways. Secondly, unless the state transport associations do not actively bring such happenings to the notice of authorities concerned, the highway theft cannot be controlled. In his home state, he has more or less eliminated such happenings. Good work, Mr. Satpathy. Well, due to a technical glitch, we were unable to record his views. Luckily, we caught hold of Mansingh Jaswal, a logistics professional with exposure to fleet and transport operations in the past and currently into warehousing in a big way. Burrows through his memory to share some professional highway hiccups and the well-known police-criminal nexus.
Warehouse, theft. And how to really, this is actually on the rise across the globe, particularly, even during the pandemic, both in warehouse as well as in transit. Okay. Yeah. Tell me from your experience and your exposure, okay, how to really improve the security so that we reduce the theft at warehouse as well as in transit. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so there are two aspects to it. First of all is why it happens, and then how it can be mitigated or stopped. Why it happens? Because of the accountability. Earlier it used to be typical, C&F agents who didn't have any processes to account for the inventory, and people, the customer, the large company used to, kind of smash it upon the C&F कि भाई अगर कम हुआ तो मैं डेबिट कर दूंगा. Right?
Threat. Financial threat. Penalty.
Absolutely financial threat. But companies later realized that, debit kar dunga is only the value of the merchandise. They didn't realize that it also have a consequential, damages in terms of customers non-delivery, in terms of, they're not being able to service the customers. And that's where a bit of accountability started happening. And that's where they started involving the 3PL and the C&F agents to a larger detail. And that's where the accountability started, coming in. But But if we segment it further, again, within the RDCs and MDCs, the theft is little lesser because people have been able to deploy larger set of manpower, including security, some bit of technology, so that, incoming and outbound, outgoing can be, accounted for, right? And also some security, measures, not only the manual, but security, in terms of the technology and in terms of, the surveillance.
Okay.
But the, the fulfillment side of it, the depot side of it, still is, not happening that way. So there is always, from the supplier side, whenever there is a plus or minus of inventory happens, it comes to the warehouse. There are people in the warehouse, right, who generally do not account it for, because if it is a manual, 102 आ गया, 2 रख लिया. No one about it. ठीक है, manually अगर आप account for कर रहे हैं, there is no accountability manually, But अगर system में है तो scanning में वो सारा कुछ आ जाता है without, people even realizing. अभी वो 2 रख दिया, आज 2 आया, कल फिर 4 आ गया. Short आएगा तो immediately वो highlight हो जाता है. Right?
मुनाफा होता तो कुछ मुंह छुपा के बेचता है.
मुंह छुपा. और and this is not something to do with the company. It is actually also related to the people who are involved in that specific warehouse sector. अभी टी-शर्ट आया, वो 1000 टी-शर्ट आना था, 1005 आ गया या 10 आ गया. राइट, वो 5 जो है, 10 आ गया तो उसमें से 5 ले लिया और 5 जो है रख लिया. अभी people will find that ways and means to sneak that out. Right? So it generally becomes a very, very localized problem.
Okay.
और इस localized problem को tackle करने का जो तरीका है, एक तो ये कि inward accounting और blind accounting जो है वो की जाए कि भाई आप स्कैन करो सारा, और वो सर्वेलेंस के नीचे तो जो भी गाड़ी आई उसको सर्वेलेंस के नीचे आप स्कैन करो. एक तो डेटरेंट रहता है कि अगर ज्यादा आ भी गया, मैंने स्कैन तो कर लिया, राइट, अभी मैं इसको कहीं छुपाऊंगा तो कहीं ना कोई इसको देख लेगा क्या चल रहा है. दैट्स वन. राइट, अब अगर ज्यादा आ गया तो मेरे को वो कहीं ना कहीं वो दिखाना पड़ेगा. दैट्स वन. सेकंड, पीरियोडिक चेक्स.
Okay.
Periodic checks. And that's lacking in many companies and many warehouses. कि दे दिया है, वो warehouse manager जो है वो कर देगा, assumption कि वो ठीक ठाक कर देगा, वहाँ पे जो टीम बैठी है ठीक ठाक कर देगी. ठीक है, that's how things generally happen. तो when the actual audit happens, वो कभी प्लस आएगा, कहीं माइनस आएगा, और उसका जो रियल रीजन है उसको अगर आइडेंटिफाई करने लगेंगे तो कहीं समझ नहीं आएगा. समझ कैसे आएगा? क्योंकि जिसने किया है वो तो बताएगा नहीं.
Okay.
That's so जो it's not a organized problem. It's a localized problem to a larger extent.
But global reports say that it's running into billions of dollars.
Sir,
I mean, that's why TAPA is also there is I'm sure you know about TAPA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they are also talking about improving the security within the warehouse, all kinds of stuff. In spite of it, it is definitely happening. That's what I keep hearing.
It is happening. See, so there are 2 types of it. One is the pilferage, and another one is DACA.
Okay.
Right? Now DACA is something which is covered under insurance, so it will always get reported.
ठीक है.
कहीं पे कुछ भी हुआ तो इंश्योरेंस में आ जाएगा. So no one really bothers about a DACA. चला गया तो चला गया, हमने इंश्योरेंस से क्लेम कर दिया.
Okay.
The problem is pilferage, where and pilferage is largely a localized problem. See, कंपनी का ओनर जिसके पास 10-15 वेयरहाउस हैं, 20 वेयरहाउस हैं, he'll not be able to involve himself or even the core team to get into the daily stuff, right?
That's true.
And that's another problem, because people down there, they know that no one is watching us, so whatever comes, ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा थोड़ा पिल्फर करते रहते हैं. Now, in a particular warehouse where the transaction size is 100 crores in a year, right? अगर वो 1-2% भी अगर होता है, it becomes a bigger, big amount. And then you talk about lakhs of warehouses around. And if you categorize this particular problem, ये प्रॉब्लम का ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी कैटेगरी वाइज है. ये सिर्फ एग्जांपल अपैरल रिटेल में एक लेवल पे आएगी, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स गैजेटरी में एक डिफरेंट लेवल पे आएगी, कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट में खासकर जो एडिबल्स हैं, एडिबल्स में वो बड़ी डिफरेंट की प्रॉब्लम है कि जी रैपर रह गया और चॉकलेट खत्म. हाँ, सो this is basically, this ranges from industry to industry.
Okay.
Right? If it is, for example, if it is a spare part versus if it is a large FMCG, fridge का warehouse है तो वहाँ से fridge गायब नहीं होगा. That's something which gets counted and accounted for very easily.
Oh yes, got it.
Right? But if it is a smaller piece, some copper part, for example.
Yeah.
Right? The copper part. Absolutely, copper is a expensive item. So अगर उसमें से 2 भी निकल जाता है तो then it becomes somebody's दिहाड़ी. Right? So this is a problem, and this problem has a different magnitude in different industries, and largely it can be attributed to the kind of process and technology that a company deploys.
Okay. Other area which I want to talk to you, Mahan, is this.
Yeah.
You also were part of BLR or whatever transportation as well. So on the same, in transit, I want to talk to you about this in transit, highway hijack or highway heist. Okay, I mean, you have any personal experience whether any of your like trucks have been hijacked or kidhar bhi park kiya, chori ho gaya? Can you recollect something?
So there was an incident in BLR. They placed a truck with a zinc company.
Okay.
Now you also understand there are not many zinc companies in India.
In fact, 5 years ago, more than 1 crore worth of zinc got, in Delhi, it got, hijack hua. Okay. I mean, I took it up with the police commissioner, everybody in the Delhi government. Okay. Ultimately, the truck was found somewhere in Faridabad. All the mall was missing. I know. Okay, please go ahead. Very expensive material. Yeah. Tell me.
So yes. So this product was meant from somewhere in Gujarat.
Okay.
It was meant for Punjab.
Okay.
So this truck got loaded, and incidentally, because many of these large transportation companies, they have only a limited captive capacity. Rest they also get vehicles from the market.
Yeah. Okay.
So this incidentally was a market vehicle.
Okay.
Got loaded. He gotten whatever advance was given to him and blah blah blah. तीसरे दिन ये गाड़ी बिल्कुल गायब हो गया. Driver, conductor, जो भी थे कोई पता नहीं. The broker who's placed this particular vehicle, he also eloped. And when the inquiry was done, obviously police complaint was done and blah blah blah. Inquiry showed that everything was fake, even because the transportation company will take a copy of RC and the copy of driver's license. All of them were fake.
Okay.
All of them were fake. Right? What was not done by the company then was they didn't get that embossing of the chassis number and engine number. With that loophole, right? This zinc, truck, whole of this truck, went missing, and it was, the truck, went missing. Police scouted for this particular truck for about, 3-4 months. No trace. After about 4 months or so, it was only the transportation companies, some people, right, along with police, they, tracked 1 or 2 persons who were involved in it.
Okay.
Right? Couldn't, trace the material. Only the people were, traced, 2 of them. But everything was lost. Right? What I could, understand out of this, story, and there was a big issue with the insurance also. Because, Yeah,
Till
insurance.
you give a police report that the police is unable to really trace it, you can, I mean, company can't even go and claim the insurance. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ah.
So because I was associated there, so I knew there was a big challenge in insurance as well. And people who got caught, they were put behind the bars, but they were kind of they were the handling people. The handlers. So there was nothing that could be recovered from them.
The material was never recovered, right?
Yes, yes.
So the company got its insurance, okay, and Mr. Goel and you guys must have got a little bit of slap thing. What the hell is this here? Okay.
Absolutely. And some probably newspaper clipping that this is happening in transportation, and then some raise that some third party insurance should be done this way and that way. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that brings us, okay, this is in pollution, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, generally also I keep hearing a lot of stuff, in transit, like a hijacking happens. Okay, I myself have written about it in the last, 4-5 years, huge cover stories on this. I mean, I went in search of those kind of, things along with the fleet owners. Okay. I mean, is it possible to totally stop this, like a highway heist and, this kind of highway? How can we stop it on the highway in transit? We are talking about a long haul. Okay.
Yeah. But not an incident that I have, kind of come and connect with very closely. I have also heard about it, that there are, hijacks. But what my understanding to this is, and there's a dialogue in some movie also, if police wants, nothing can go wrong.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Supply Chain India. But there is more to share on the highway heist arena. We will bring back more on the same subject in the next episode, plus other interesting logistics and supply chain focused stories. Hope you liked our edition. Give your feedback, share and subscribe to our channel. We will be back soon with another edition. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye.